Alright, it is Mega Kangaskhan Raid Day, and we are here with our first in-person one. I did a few raids last night. We actually did get a shiny on our first raid last night, and we also got a Hundo. I think it was the third raid. I can show you guys those, but this is our first in-person one, so let's see what we get here. Can we start off with a shiny? And we did not. And a 1461. You want a 1477, but we'll catch it and see what it looks like. We've got it caught, and let's go ahead and check it out. Yeah, 91's pretty good for our first one, so maybe we'll get a Shundo today. That'd be pretty cool. We've got our second raid complete, so let's see if we can get a shiny on number 2. Still did not, and a 1463, so we're 2 points better, which that's pretty fun. I'm assuming it's still gonna be a 91, but let's catch it and find out. All right, we've got it caught, and I believe it's still gonna be a nope, it's a 93, so it's a little bit better. We'll take it. And yet another Kangaskhan. Let's see if we can get our first in-person shiny right here. That'd be pretty sweet. And we have our, make sure you get your eggs and your star pieces going. That way you can get all those bonuses. But let's see if it is going to be here. We did not get a shiny. We got a friend request, but we got a 1451, so that's the worst one we've gotten so far. All right, we got it caught, and yeah, it's all right. But like I said, we got the Hundo and the shiny. I'll go ahead and show you those now. And here's the shiny Kangaskhan from last night. It's a 1428, so it's not the best, but you know, that was off our first raid from an invite while we were doing some editing. And here it is being registered to the deck, so that was really nice to get that out of the way really quickly. Pretty fun. And it was our heaviest and tallest at the time. And there's the stats on it, but we'll definitely take that. Right, we are here with our 4th raid, I believe this is. So let's see if we can get a Kangaskhan. Nope, we got a Kangaskhan and a 1469. So not terrible IVs, but I'll show you that Hundo after we catch this one. We've got it caught, and let's take a look. Yeah, it's a 96, so we're getting some pretty good IVs. And here is the Hundo. It's a non-boosted, so that's pretty fun to get. It was from Tokyo, Japan, so we'll definitely take that. Like I said, I think that was like our 3rd raid while we were editing last night, so pretty fun. Another Kangaskhan has been defeated. Let's see if number 5 is going to be the shiny. It is still not. And a 1439, so not the best IVs. We've got another Kangaskhan defeated. So far, no shinies yet. Well, in person anyways, but let's see if we can change that here. We still did not. 1432, so the CP is just going down, but you know, it's all good. We're just getting candy at this point. We've got yet another Kangaskhan, surprise, surprise. And this one told me that the CP was 13,642, so I don't know exactly what the CP is, so we'll have to find out together. Maybe it will be a Shundo. That'd be pretty amazing. That's what we're hoping for, and it is not shiny, and a 1473, so it's really close to the Hundo. I think that's going to be like a 98, maybe a 96, but we'll catch it and find out. We've got that caught, and it is a 98. It's a 15, 14, 15, so that's pretty cool. I'm not sure what number this is, but we have yet to get a shiny. Deeds has yet to get a shiny, so hopefully one of us can get it here. Hopefully she can get it here. If we all we want is a Shundo, so that's very unlikely that we'll get, but that's what our goal is. Can we get a shiny here though? We did not, and a 1424, and it doesn't sound like she did either, so you know, it is what it is. We've got another Kang brought down, and this is going to be the last one of the first hour, so I think we've done 9 or 10 in the first hour. Sounds like Deeth did not get a shiny. Did we? We did, and a 1441, so not a Hundo, but it's a shiny, and if somehow she doesn't wind up getting one, we can give her this one. No big deal. Another Kangaskhan's been brought down, got a decent amount of rare candies, but let's see if we can go back-to-back shiny on it. That'd be pretty amazing. We did not. 1439. I was gonna be pretty impressed if it was a 19, but you know, it wasn't a Hundo, so it wasn't a shiny, but we'll take it. And Deeds did not get a shiny either, so she's getting one on the next one, I guarantee it. We've done quite a few checks since we last seen each other, but nothing too great. Let's see if we can turn it around right here. I think you and I can do it together. So let's see. I don't know if Deeds has got a shiny. She's riding in a different car with Bubbles. So let's see. Hopefully they've got shinies and maybe Hundos even. And survey says we are going to get a Hundo. That's what it says, right? Indeed. It is definitely not a Hundo, and it's still pretty low. We've had some pretty low ones. We started off really hot with IVs, but it has since cooled off. But you know, it's all good. It's all just candy and mega energy at this point since we got the Hundo. All right, we've got yet another one brought down, and they just told me that Bubbles has 3 shinies now. So she's done pretty good, and Deeds is still looking for one, so she's just been having a rough time, but sometimes that happens. Can we get our Hundo here? That's what we're really hoping for. And survey says not shiny and a 1443, so at least it's back up a little bit compared to that was a terrible throw. It was just awful. Comment down below and let me know how bad that was. And let's see, just for fun. Yeah, it's not the best, but it's definitely better than in the 20s. We are back with another Kangaskhan. Let me know down in the comments how you guys are doing. How many shinies you get, how many Hundos, Shundos, anything. Let me know down in the comments. And let's see if we can get back on a shiny grind, because it's been a minute since we got the first one we got today. So if we could get another one right here, that'd be pretty awesome. We did not. And a 1465, so maybe since this keeps creeping up, maybe the next one will be our Hundo. Only time will tell. We'll go ahead and check and see what a 1465 looks like. Yeah, pretty good, 93. We'll definitely take it. But like I said, hopefully our next one is a Hundo. That would be absolutely insane. I would love to get one in front of you guys. We've got the first Kangaskhan of the final hour brought down, and looking back, we've only got one shiny, so we have not been as lucky as we were on what, the Absol or the Audino raid days, but we could turn it around right here, start picking it up in this last hour. That'd be pretty amazing. And survey says no shiny and a 1424, so back to the low IVs, but you know, it's all good. We still have an hour left, so we'll probably do another 10 raids or so. We've got a chance to get at least one more. I don't believe that 1424 is low enough to be the floor. Yeah, definitely not. So it can go quite a bit lower, but let's get into the next raid. We have another Kangaskhan beat, and hopefully we can get the shiny here. We have not got a shiny in a minute. So can it be? It is not, and a 1461, so decent IV. I think we caught a 1461 earlier, and it was a 91, I believe. I think it was a 1411 or 1511-15 is what I believe it was. So let's catch this one and see if it's the same, see if they're twinsies. We've got it caught. Is it a 1511-15? Nope, it's a 1514-11, so that's fun. The next battle has been defeated. We got 4 rare candies, so I love these raid days because you can just stack up on rare candies. It's so nice, especially when you run low. So let's see if we can get a shiny here though. It's been a minute and it's gonna continue to be a while, and a 1459, so all in all decent, but not great. All right, another Kangaskhan's been defeated, and hopefully we can get a shiny. We've had some pretty rough luck as of this event. And we did get a shiny in a 1436, so not the Hundo, but you know, it's our 3rd shiny, we'll take it. That's pretty fun. It's definitely not as many shinies as that was a terrible throw again. I'm just doing so bad. But we haven't got as many shinies this time as we did on the Absol and Audino, but you know, you're not gonna get a good amount of shinies every time, even though it is 1 in 20 and we do raid the entire time. But you know, it's just RNG. Sometimes it's really mean and sometimes it's really nice. It just depends. And yeah, that's all right, but we have a decent one. So this is another one we could trade to our friends. After this raid, we will be entering the final 30 minutes. So we'll probably get another maybe 5 or 6 raids done. And let's see if we can get back-to-back shinies here. That'd be pretty awesome. Survey says we did not. And a 1446, so still no Hundo in front of you guys. That's unfortunate, but you know, at least we got the one. We have entered the final 5. This will be our 5th to last one. So let's see, we've got 3 shinies on the day, which is not too bad, but we'd like to get that Hundo. It'd be pretty awesome. Let's see what we get from this raid, and we did not get a shiny in a 1445. Another Kangaskhan in the books, and let's see if this one is a shiny. It is not. 1431. Alright, we've got our final Kangaskhan, and we have not got a Hundo. I did a couple off camera. We got a 1471, so you know, a decent IV one, then the other one just wasn't anything great. But here's our last chance to get something fantastic, and will it be? It is shiny and 1436, so at least we ended on a shiny. There's that. We'll definitely take it. That is 4 shinies on the day. Can't complain about that. So you can see we got 4 shinies. 2 of them were 1436, it looks like. Do they have the same IVs? Nope, pretty close, but you know. And then we got a 1441, that's probably the best one we've got, and a 1428. So nothing super amazing when it comes to shinies, but we did get a Hundo, and that was pretty cool. So here's the Hundo like I showed you earlier, but we also got an invite for a Tapu Fini from one of the subscribers, so thanks Wolverine, and we got a Hundo from that raid, so that was pretty awesome. That's gonna do it for today's video. If you liked it, consider leaving a like and smashing that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And also comment down below, let me know how your raid day went. Did you get any shinies, any Hundos, any Shundos? Let me know down in the comments. If you want to see more of this content, you can check this video out right here. And if you want to subscribe, you can do that on the other side. And with that being said, I'll see you next time.